Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at Slaycation Paradise. A review copy was kindly given by the publisher, so thank you very much. Please watch this review to the very end, and if you like, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Help us grow. The more we grow, the better content we can produce and the more it'll help us out. So what exactly is Slaycation Paradise? Slaycation Paradise is set in the 1960s and uses a lot of parody of tropes of the era, essentially. And it is a tower defense game, twin stick shooter with roguelike elements. Now, the cool thing about this game is there's a lot of humor, even if it's a bit of toilet humor, really. There's a lot of satire. It's kind of like Destroy All Humans, in a way, in terms of scenery and humor in many ways. But other than that, it's a really good game. It's set in the Slaycation Paradise, which is a interdimensional portals holiday destination, and the main gimmick that they offer is they allow for people who just want to let their hair down to go to these parallel universes which are apocalyptic or about to end, and you can just go in there with a gun and just wreak absolute havoc, which sounds very cathartic if you ask me. The gameplay is very simple. You go into a destination of your choice, and then you are required to scavenge as much as you can from the environment, and this will give you some materials to make tower mechanic implementations such as gun turrets, walls, traps, etc. One thing to bear in mind is when you go into one of the destinations, you will be given a task or a mission to complete. After a certain amount of time, a horde will appear on the map and you have to survive that horde. Some missions have hordes coming in more regularly, some other missions require you to get to a certain area. Needless to say, you have to keep your wits about you and you have to use your time effectively. You will not do it alone. You will find different allies in the different maps which will help you carry out your challenges. If you die, that's okay. What you do is you respawn again back in the facility. You will gain some currency or forms. It kind of looks like DNA, and you can use that to boost up your character's skill tree and also to unlock bigger and better places to visit. I did like this game a lot. It's my kind of game, really. I really like top-down twin stick shooters. It kind of reminds me of Smash Hits TV, and I'm very fond of those kind of games, especially the ones where you have to basically incinerate or just fill the level with bullets basically to stay alive. I really like it. I love the fact that you've got the choice of putting down gun turrets and traps to stay alive as well. The only issue I did have with the game is it can feel maybe a tad repetitive. It can be maybe a bit hard for some to get their head around the actual gameplay, and I did find that there were a few minor issues such as enemies being able to attack you from behind doors before opening them, but they're minor little things really. Overall, I really did enjoy this game. The music in the game and the audio overall is very decent. I really like the music that is played in the hub world, where basically it's the music you're listening to right now. Is very kind of like 60s bossa nova chilled out music, which is juxtaposed to the music you hear in the different universes that you go into, where the sound is basically pumping and adrenaline fueled, kind of like rock and really dark sort of music. Yeah, I think they did a really good job. In terms of the visuals I'm happy with. They probably look better on other consoles, let's be honest about that. My only gripe was the fact that you couldn't really zoom in down to see where you were, so you can get slightly lost at times. You can't spin the camera or anything like that. It's not a big deal, and obviously I understand why there were some limitations to that, considering you're using essentially all the buttons on your controller. But yeah, it can become a bit tedious. Other than that, I love the gore, I love the imagination behind all the characters and essentially the world that's in front of you. Slaycation Paradise is available on the eShop for a mere $14.99 or your original equivalent. At the moment, in the UK at least, it's gone down to $10.49, so it's worth picking up at that price. Please note that the game is also available physically and may be considerably more. So conclusion, I really did enjoy this game. I really think that it's worth picking up, especially when it goes down in price. There are a few maybe like very minor technical issues like I've explained, but other than that, the game plays really well. It's a very decent top-down twin stick shooter in my honest opinion, and I think if you're a fan of the genre, you should go for it. The game does describe and paint the world in a very satirical and beautiful way, and if you like the kind of humor you see in games such as Destroy All Humans, for example, where they're very adult orientated language and humor, then this one's probably for you. I give this game a 7 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe, like, and all that jazz. I haven't been doing a lot of videos where I talk because quite frankly I can't be fucked to do it. That's me being honest, especially because YouTube is really hard to make videos on. The algorithms go against you, and yeah, it's tough. It's really tough, and my mental well-being comes first. That's why I've been doing more videos where I don't talk, like unboxings, but I don't know, see what happens. If I see that I get a lot of traction and the orange is worth the squeeze, as they say, then I'll probably do more reviews, which I do have more reviews to do, mind you. But yeah, that's enough bitching for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, all the jazz, and keep on gaming. Peace.